Good evening or afternoon or early afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me move over here. I am Mikey Edwards here for TMR Live. We have some breaking news into our studios. Last night an 8.9 earthquake hit 100 miles off the coast of Japan outside of Sendai. You remember us telling you about that 7.3 earthquake that happened actually a few days ago. Now this happened last night into this morning. There was the 8.9 earthquake, plus it triggered a tsunami, which is wiping out Japan and threatening other countries on its way. And also, it is and there are disaster warnings around the whole world, I think in 53 countries, and one of them being 56 countries, one of them being us in the United States. California specifically is potential of getting some of it. Hawaii is already. And so things are not looking good right now in the world around. Huge surge. The surge has killed hundreds. Radioactive vapor release. It's swept away on the U.S. coast. So we'll worry about. This is pretty much the major news. Japan says the radiation surges outside nuclear plant evacuations have been expanded. According to a survivor, the aftershocks gave us no reprieve. Then the tsunami came, according to a survivor. The epicenter of the quake was 81 miles east of Sendai. The trembler triggered the tsunami, like I said, that swept away everything in its path and triggered alerts across the Pacific Basin. And 200 to 300 bodies have been found in one coastal city. The dam breaks in the Fukushima prefecture, washing away homes. Coast Guard right now is searching for a ship carrying 80, and at least 90 fires have occurred in northeast Japan. 4 trains along the northeast coast have lost contact. 4 million have lost power in the Tokyo region. 100 aftershocks, some above 6.0. Death toll was expected to top 1,000 after magnitude 8.9 earthquake slammed Japan's northeast coast this afternoon, unleashing the 23-foot tsunami that swept people, boats, cars, buildings, and tons of debris miles inland and prompted a nuclear emergency. Second quake struck central Japan along the northwest coast around 4 a.m. local time, causing buildings to sway. There were no immediate reports of deaths or damage from that quake, listed as the 6.6. The tsunami reached Hawaii and the U.S. West Coast, where evacuations were ordered, but little damage was reported. Coast Guard was searching for a man swept out to sea in Northern California. That was a big story that just came about. In Japan, 200-300 bodies were found in Sendai, the coastal city close to the epicenter. Hundreds more missing and around 1,000 people injured. I was unable to stay on my feet because of violent shaking, a woman with a baby on her back told TV people in northern Japan. Aftershocks and tsunami came when they tried to run for cover. TV footage showed fires engulfing a large waterfront area In northeastern Japan, houses and other buildings were ablaze across large swaths of land in the Kanesuma city of Miyagi Prefecture near Sendai. A city with a population of 74,000 has residential, light industry, and fishing areas. Kyoto News Agency reported contact was lost with 4 trains. One town alone on the northeastern coast, Soma, some 1,800 homes destroyed or badly ravaged, a Defense Ministry spokeswoman said. Government ordered residents near a nuclear power plant to evacuate because plant's cooling system failed and pressure inside the reactor is rising. The core remained hot even after a shutdown, and officials said they would release some slightly radioactive vapor to ease the pressure. It is 170 miles northeast of Tokyo. So many issues right now. Rooftop rescues are underway in Japan. Wow. Now, last time we had discussed about the earthquakes in Japan. We had discussed about the 7.2, 7.3, and the prior ones. I think this 8.9 might be the record. I'd have to look at my reports from 2 nights ago, but I think 8.9 is the record in Japan now. So, unfortunately, we don't want to have had it come to this. We didn't want this record in the record books. I don't think anyone did, but it occurred. And we are praying for the safety of the people in the area, in the Sendai area, and around the world where this tsunami is impacting, including our own West Coast. This has been a TMR special report. You can catch more online, more about this story and other news stories on msnbc.com. That is msnbc.com. And we also have more NCAA action to talk about later on tonight. I will have a special guest with me this evening. He actually was here for July 9th as our sportscaster, so he'll be joining me to discuss the basketball games that are at 8 and 9 o'clock tonight, and we'll be recapping the rest of the action throughout the day when TMR will return in a few hours. And more than likely, you shall see a trimmer beard and a, well, let's just say a slightly new look. Take care.